Yo, mic check. What's good? What up? Let me get my music going. We about to get it cracking.
Mamarre, mamarre,
Drop me a
mamarre,
comment
mamarre.
when y'all
Pa' la
connect.
disco ella queda encendida.
We about to
Llega con
just
todas las
vibe
amigas.
out.
Ella baja downtown si te
What up,
pisa
Mind the
cao.
Fame?
Mientras rebote ella dice que se
Moderator, Mind the
armó.
Fame.
DJ que le ponga una de
Yo,
dos. Ella le gusta el
we
reggaetón,
in here
que la
live
suelte y
streaming
que dejen la
for the
presión.
official. We officially locked down tomorrow night in Ohio. Austin Price, I don't have a girlfriend. I'm single, bro. You talking about? Let me know who you talking about. But alright, so like I'm live streaming my first time using OBS software. So I got slightly different interface going on. So bear with me while I get this thing set up. Checking out the comments. Yo, how's everybody doing? Like I said, once y'all get in here, drop me a comment. Hey, can y'all hear? The music is loud. Let me turn the music down. Hold on. Alright, I just turned the music down. Let me know if that's better. Hey, can y'all hear me now? Because, like I said, this is my first time using this OBS. Yo, is the music volume better? Yo, let me know. What up? Man, if I gotta turn the music down, it should turn the music off. I lowered the volume just now. Let me know if y'all. Let me know if it's better now. It's better. All right, cool. I turned it way down, but all right, we good. It says the music is still louder than me. Yeah, you know what? You know what? To be honest, I don't know. We probably will get copyrighted for the music I have playing. But we're just gonna kick it here for a minute, man. I know everybody is like under quarantine and all that stuff. Does it turn down a little bit more? I just turned it. What up? All right, I'll turn it off. How about that? I'll just turn it off. All right, man. Let's kick it for a little bit, man. What's good, Daily Driven H2? Keep your head up, man. I watched your video about being potentially laid off because of the corona situation, and so yo, just stay positive, bro. For everybody else out there that's affected by this corona situation, yeah, I just turned the music off. Everybody else out there that's affected by this corona situation, man, just stay positive. Now's the time to kind of to plan and be smart. You know what I'm saying? Now's the time to plan out the future. Like, how are we gonna get this thing done? For me, like, I mean, you could look at the bad side of stuff, and you could look at the good side of things. And for me, the good side of it, for people, like, I'm always hustling. I'm always busy doing something. I'm always working hard. I'm always traveling a lot. Yo, I get burnt out sometimes. So, for me, I'm looking at this as like, wow, okay, maybe I'll get a break for a minute, and I can actually think about some stuff I want to do, some strategies I want to put into place, organize some finances, be smart. So, maybe it'll be a break to get out of the rat race for a minute, for everybody to kind of plan out what they want to do going forward. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all negative. Not all negative, man. And like a lot of you guys have been saying, dropping comments, um, now's a good time to consider investing. You know, like the market's gonna drop. Now, me personally, I'm waiting for the market to drop. I want it to bottom. I want to see it bottom out. Like right now, it's going down. Right. I start investing when it goes down, 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 and then it stops and kind of like flatlines at the bottom for a while, and then you start waiting for some news for it to go up. So I wait for it to keep falling. I watch it, watch stocks, and I watch the real estate market, and I watch the prices on things, and I like to see where they bottom out. That's when I start getting ready to buy. But while it's continuing to drop, I'm not going to jump in too soon. That's my strategy. Moms is good. Thanks for asking, Larry. What's good, MJG? What's good, everybody that's in here? Let me see how many people we got in here real quick. Um, we got 69 folks in here. What's good, everybody? Welcome. Man, I was ready to be y'all's DJ here for a minute, but y'all let me know what's going on. Is anybody quarantined? Has anybody caught the virus and had to be quarantined yet? I'm looking at the comments right now. I think there's a slight delay on the comments coming through. Stream latency. Let me check this out. Oh man, it's got normal latency. I should put ultra low latency, but I would have to restart the whole entire live stream. All right, so let's see. What y'all want to talk about? Umpire said, "Where's Tori?" I don't know where Tori is, man. Y'all act like Tori is my woman or something. Tori is not my woman. I don't keep tabs on her. I know she got to go to work and she be going home. So I don't know. She's works in the medical field, so she's gonna be working. But yeah, man, y'all keep y'all's immune system up, man. Like what I'm on right now, I'm eating a lot of natural stuff. Like what I'm snacking on right now is this right here: cranberry, almonds, and cashews trail mix, and this right here, energy trail mix. That's what I got on my desk, snacking on. I'm drinking some lemonade. So yeah, man, I was about to DJ for y'all, man. A lot of y'all don't know. I actually used to be a DJ on the radio. I had a weekly show on the radio, and I was a reggae DJ. And I used to DJ for like every Saturday from I want to say like 5 or 6 p.m. until like 11 p.m. every Saturday. And I was on an FM, a major FM urban station. So I used to DJ crazy. I did big parties. I didn't do a whole lot of them, but I did a couple of big ones because I was like a radio personality and stuff. So yeah, what you want to talk about? Somebody mentioned the new Ferrari. All right, so here's the deal. As far as that, like a Ferrari is concerned, um, now I was thinking about getting a Ferrari before all of this virus shutdown stuff started happening. My plan was to sell the Gallardo or trade the Gallardo in on a Ferrari. I'm not gonna tell y'all which Ferrari because I still might do it after we get past all of this shutdown stuff, right? But I was thinking about trading the Gallardo in on a Ferrari or selling the Gallardo and then getting a Ferrari for the channel. I got my eyes on a certain model of Ferrari. I don't know which one I'm gonna buy, but I got my eyes on a certain model of Ferrari, like a either 2012 on up. So 2012 or newer Ferrari, but I can give you a hint on which one it is. The best, it's like arguably the best sounding Ferrari that you can buy under 200,000. So so that's the hint I'm gonna give y'all. So it still might happen, but right now, like if I sell my Gallardo is worth around 100 grand, right? Maybe a little bit more, maybe hopefully not too much less than that. If I sell it, then I'm not gonna immediately go out and run and buy a Ferrari right now, because there might be something that I could buy from an investment perspective to turn that 100 grand into 150 grand or 120 grand or whatever, right? So I'm not buying a Ferrari right now. I'll tell y'all that right now. But like depending on how fast the economy comes back, you know what I'm saying, and how long this goes on, like that'll determine when I jump back and look to buy a Ferrari. Because right now I think it's a good time. If I was, to get $100,000 cash from my Gallardo, it's a good time to invest it in either some stocks or some real estate deals that happen. But the thing about real estate is if the market crashes, it takes a minute for the prices of the real estate to drop down, and then it takes even longer for foreclosures to start happening, because foreclosures take a long time. So like if people start losing their homes and stuff like that because of this crisis, they're not going to hit the market. It could be like it could be months and months and months, even maybe a year, before like the foreclosures start hitting the market for investors to get. So I don't know if that's going to happen to like me being able to find a whole bunch of foreclosure homes like I did before. I think it's going to be a while before that kicks in. And to be honest, hopefully that doesn't happen. Like hopefully they realize like slowing down the economy and stuff, they can't do that for too long. Um, Larry W said, "Are my tenants okay?" Far as I know, I haven't heard anybody say anything crazy as far as my tenants. There's not a whole lot of cases of coronavirus in Columbus, so. Michael Parrish said, "Do you think the exotic car market will drop for investors to pick up discount cars?" Yes, I think it's the price of exotic cars will drop. I don't know how much, but they most certainly will probably drop. I've been watching some prices, and so far they're not dropping a whole lot, but they are dropping a little bit, some of them. But a lot of people are like holding steady because they hope this blows over like within a month. But if it starts getting bad, like multiple months, then yeah, they're gonna drop. They're definitely gonna drop. Um, Reiki said, "Love your cars. I'm a sales guy. I'm not, but I'm looking to be a real estate agent under my uncle's brokerage. After that, I'm gonna start investing and get my first Huracan." Yeah, man, do it, man, do it. Now's the time. Like right now is the time to be learning and studying and planning while things are slow, and like getting ready to take advantage of whatever opportunities become available as a result of this situation. Um, yeah. Am I into high end watches? Nope. This is the extent of my watch. I got a bracelet and nothing. My watch right here is my phone pretty much. I have I have some fossil watches, and I got a Lamborghini watch that Cappy gave me. That's about the nicest watch that I have. So I don't wear it a lot because I don't want to tear it up. Um, so no, I'm not really into the high end watches. Um, yeah. So Larry said, "Am I following the rent and mortgage laws that are kicking in?" So far, we don't have any in Ohio. I heard about that in New York or some other places, but so far Ohio doesn't have any special rent and mortgage laws. Um, Rashim said, "What's the best lender with the lowest interest rates for investment properties?" There's a lot of them out there, but the thing is, from market to market, there's different lenders that are good. Like from my city to like Columbus, Ohio, or Cleveland, Ohio, there could be different lenders in those markets that have better rates and things. So I usually say for investors and investment properties, the best lenders are small local banks to that community where the properties are. So you just got to do your research in those communities because there's not like one blanket answer where I could say this bank nationwide is the best, you know, to my knowledge. So, um, yeah, I'm taking my time on the stock. Second chance to come up to Cleveland and invest. There's a lot of property up in Cleveland. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, right now I'm cherry picking like with my investments. Like if I had like I don't know 100 million, like if I was an institutional investor and I had $100 million in the bank, then I probably would be looking all over the place to buy investment properties. But right now I'm not buying nothing. Like I'm right now I'm watching the market fall. So I want it to fall to the bottom and then stop. Then I'm gonna be looking like a shark with every bottom feeding. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call carps and stuff like that, bottom feeders, because they're opportunistic. They wait for all the dust to settle, and then they sift through the dust and get all the deals. Like a catfish or something, like a like a shark. So I'm waiting to let the dust settle on and let everything drop and then see where it's going to be. And then I have to have an idea. Like I don't start investing until I know what the employment market looks like where I'm investing. And right now, I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't have a prediction on what the employment market is going to look like yet. Um, and even if I did, like if I knew, okay, yeah, it's probably going to get better eventually, but I want to still get the best deal. So I'm going to wait till the market stops falling and hits the ground. Once it hits the ground, then I'm going to start looking at it. So that's my strategy. Right now, it's just falling. Um, let's see. Dog Lambert said, I live outside of Delaware, Ohio, and had four Lambos, couple Ferrari, and Porsches go by today. Oh, you say you saw that? Nah, it wasn't me. Not today. I wasn't driving. I wasn't driving. I drove a Lambo yesterday, but not today. Not today. Um, do I still have my Porsche Empire? Nah, I sold the Porsche. Porsche was nice. Like Porsches are like real drivers cars and like track cars, like them GT3s. And since I don't really have time to go to the track and play like racing the car on the track, it wasn't a good car for me. But I totally get why people like Porsches. They're like legit. Um, Mr. Wall Street once said, "What metrics do I watch in the real estate market when it's falling?" Um, I watch the main metric is the average cost or the average price of homes being sold in a market. The average price of homes being sold in a market. And a realtor can tell you that, or certain websites like realtor.com or zillow.com can tell you that for an area over a certain time period, what the average sales price was for houses. So you're watching to see, does that, what does that graph look like? Because if the average was 200,000 a few months ago and then it's 150,000 now, and so it's dropping, right? So you want a month from now, what does it look like? 150,000 to what? Does it stay at the bottom? So I'm looking at the price of houses, and also I'm looking at the employment market. Like, what is the unemployment rate for that market? What industries are in that market, and what do I think those industries are going to be able to do going forward in the long term? Um, does it look healthy? And where I am and where I am located is where I do all of my investing so far. and I know this market, the industries and stuff in this market is pretty resilient market. Um, so, but I gotta watch it. You know, I gotta watch and see what the unemployment rates are and all of that. What the how many the other metric is how many people are moving to the city. You know, where you're investing. What does the growth look like? And then how many new um, how much new housing is being put up. So if there's more families coming into the city, but not enough housing for those families, or not enough new housing for those families, then potentially there could be an opportunity there, or not. You know what I'm saying? If people are leaving your city and the city is shrinking, that's not a good situation. Uh, Tamika Reed said, "Did I post the Florida trip? I need to edit it right now. I didn't post it yet, but I need to edit that video. I got some really cool footage from my trip where me and my daughter went to Florida, and I'm gonna share that with you guys tomorrow. I'll drop the video. So after we get off this live stream, I'm gonna edit that video down. Should be pretty interesting because it's got a little bit of car content in it. It's got some real estate content in it, and just some travel, exploration, adventure type content in it. Just me and my daughter having a good time going to Florida to check out real estate in Florida. Um, Man, y'all be asking some crazy questions, man. Car and Game Channel. Why you ask me that, man? Car and Game Channel. To answer your question, man, I don't know and I don't care. And if he does, that's his business. That's some totally personal stuff. And I don't have, you know, adults do what adults do. That's their business. That's funny though. Um, Roderick Hayes said, should we be learning coding right now? Looks like the world is shifting right before our eyes. I code for fun, but I might become more. Yeah, man, you should definitely be trying to. You have any interest in learning how to code, that is not going anywhere. That's one job that you're not going to get phased out. Being able to write software and write code, you will find a job. That's not getting phased out. So yeah, you should be learning coding right now if you have the capacity. Um, Zeno Perez said, what did I feel? I like these car questions. So what do I feel about the C8 when I saw it? Did it change your mind about? Yeah, when I first saw the C8, um, it did change my mind about getting one. I wasn't impressed. It didn't look as exotic as I thought it would look, you know, or as exotic as some of the pictures that I saw when I first saw the C8. Now, when I saw 650 Eve C8, it's a step up, like from the C7 design, and it's a very nice. But the problem with the Corvettes in general, and what the problem is going to be with the C8, is that the car itself is not going to be anything exotic because there's going to be so many people that have them. I just saw two today on the street randomly. I saw a black one that was black. Everything was blacked out except for the wheels. And you kind of look twice at it like, what is that? Like, what kind of car is that? It looks familiar, but don't look familiar. And it was a C8. And once you realize it's a Corvette and a C8, you're kind of like, oh, it's a Corvette. You know what I'm saying? So, and then here's the other thing. Like, if I was going to buy a C8 for YouTube content, so no, I'm not buying a C8. I'm trying to get a Ferrari. All right. So I've never had a Ferrari before. I think it would be cool to have a Ferrari for the first time on the channel. So that's the next car I'm looking at. I'm not buying a C8. But talking about the impressions on the C8, if I was to buy one for YouTube, man, look how many YouTubers have C8s right now. So it's going to be a competition to see who can create the best YouTube content. And I don't have time to be competing with full-time YouTubers because most of my time is busy making money doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys know like what I do. If you don't know, I have a real estate investment business and I have a software development slash social networking business where I help companies with recruitment as a result of some of the social networks that I built. So I spent most of my time doing that. and that stuff is way more important. Now, YouTube is cool and everything, but buying a C8 just for YouTube just didn't seem like it made that much sense for me. Flooring professional said, "How much is my real estate course?" Uh, with the discount, like you get a 40% discount for being a subscriber. It's $297, and that's it. It's a one-time fee. You can access it forever after. Um, if you can't afford 297 bucks, really like can't afford it, and you really want access to the course, just email me. We'll work something out. Fresh7227 said, "Would I consider doing some travel content? I love to hear about your experiences in Colombia or Brazil, and it'd be cool if I started a travel channel." So I've done some travel content on this channel, and I like doing that content, but YouTube, when I put it on this channel, YouTube, the algorithm doesn't promote those videos that much, so I don't do the travel content that often. Um, but I'll do some more. I'll just mix it in because, like, at the end of the day, like, I like for my videos to get seen, but I'm not going to die if they don't. So I just post it for those people that are interested. The problem is you got to make sure you turn on, like, to get all notifications of my videos, because if you don't, YouTube won't send you the notifications if they don't think a high percentage of my subscribers will watch it. So that's what you got to kind of keep an eye on. Um, have I Roosevelt F said, "Have I considered investing in Canada as a U.S. dollar is so much stronger than Canada?" I considered it, yes. Um, but I haven't taken any action because I had to study it a little bit. Like before I throw money at something, I have to have an educated prediction on what's going to happen next and how I'm going to get my money out and how long it's going to take and all of that. I have to have that kind of a I have to be educated on it before I start investing in it. So I haven't, for that reason, I haven't done that. Um, yeah. All right, let me catch up with these messages. And shout out to all of my Canadian subscribers on this live stream. Hit the like button for me. We got 91 people in here and 45 likes, man. Y'all gotta hit the like button so we can get it cracking. I was trying to DJ for everybody, but there's like turn the music off. So all right, we're not gonna DJ. I was gonna throw a party. But yeah, C8, man, if you want a good car that's gonna perform, that's got a lot of like new features in it, the Corvette is dope. You know what I'm saying? The Corvette is dope. It's a great choice. But I don't. If I got a Corvette, I'll just be another person on YouTube with a C8 Corvette. And you know, like I think there's enough YouTubers that have C8s right now. Yeah, Weed Stick said some people aren't as fortunate as me. Everyone has to start somewhere. Yeah, I mean, bro. I started at the bottom too. So like, it is not about people. Like I said, there's just if you like Corvettes, there's plenty of people you can watch Corvette content. And to be honest, Corvette is a nice car and it's an expensive car. So don't sleep on that. Like Corvettes are expensive now. They're like you can get a Corvettes for 100 grand more or less. So but like when you look at me, say people aren't as fortunate as me, like that you don't make sure you get it right. Like people, I'm fortunate, but best believe I worked and I started from the bottom. Like we go over a chronology of the cars that I had starting from the bottom. In high school, I didn't really have a car in high school because I had a job working at Kroger's as a bagger, and then I became a cashier. I worked my way up. I saved $500 and I bought a 1978 Pontiac Trans Am. I bought it to the crib, and my dad was like, "What? You did what?" My dad went out, and I hid the car in the back of the house because I was scared of what my dad's reaction was going to be. So when I told him, he went out to the back into the alley. He saw my car parked there, and he was like, "You gonna take that car back?" So I'm 17 years old. I'm not about to beef with my dad. I live in his house. I had to take that car back. So I didn't really have a car in high school. He bought a Chevy Citation, like a 1978 Chevy Citation that he let me drive for a little while, and it broke down. And like I drove it for a couple weeks before that broke down. Then somebody gave us a Volkswagen Rabbit. I drove that to school maybe 2 or 3 times before that broke down. The engine seized up. So the rest of high school, I didn't have a car. You know what I'm saying? When I worked to buy a car, I wasn't allowed to keep it because my dad didn't want me to have it because he thought I wouldn't go to college if I had a car because I'd be out like chasing girls or something like that. That's probably what he thought. So I couldn't have a car in college. When I got in college, I had to do 2 years of college before I could buy a car. By the time I got to my third year, I was ready. I wanted to buy a car because I could finally like move off campus. I bought a Chevy Cavalier, 1987 Chevy Cavalier, and I thought my parents was going to help me pay for it, but the most they could do was co-sign for it. So I had to get a job while I was in school to make my $150 car payment and pay for my Chevy Cavalier. That was $3,000. So that was my first car when I was probably 20 years old. Then my second car, when I graduated from college, um, I got a Ford Probe GT. So had a car payment for that. I wrecked it within 30 days because it had ball tires on it, and I almost killed myself on the freeway. I hydroplaned and wrecked it. Went to the hospital right before my graduation, and so that car was gone. So then when that was gone, I started working. Had a job making $35,000 a year, and I financed a Mazda MX-6, and then I started saving money. My car payment was probably $350 a month. Started saving money for my job. I started doing side jobs and stuff, and I bought a station wagon, like a 1978 station wagon. I bought a 1975 Chevy Nova, and I bought an engine, and I like souped it up. I bought a Chevy Celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when people say they're not as fortunate as me, man, believe me, I work from the bottom all the way up to where I'm at right now. So, and I've been working and hustling and doing my thing. Like, I never had time off I've been working since I was 16. The last time my parents gave me money, I was probably 19 the last time my parents gave me money. So everything else I got from working. And every car, like I could tell you, it would take too long for me to go over every car that I've had. But believe me, I came from the bottom, and I've had Corvettes before. I had two Corvettes for a long ass time. I had a Corvette C6 for about 5 or 6 years before I got a C7. And then after I got a C7, I got my first M4. I got an M4, and then I got a GTR, and then I got a Gallardo, and then I started doing YouTube, and then I got the rest of the cars after I started doing YouTube. But like I was working that whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's not get it twisted. Started with the most raggedy cars, believe that, or walking. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, what's cracking? Let me catch up on these messages. Um, so TJ Lift 22 said one last time. What do you think? I'm in contract for a house for 87.5 with a 35,000 rehab, 60 to 90-day rehab time with a sale price of 190 to 200. Would you move forward or wait to see what happens in the world? 87.5 with a 3,500. So you all in at a little over like about 110. No, you're looking at like 120 something. 120 something to 130. So, but you can come out 190 to 200. If you really think you can still come out 190 to 200, yeah, like why not? Why not? Like it just depends on what you can sell for 190 to 200. But right now, like it's just here's the thing. if you get stuck with that house, can you rent it out until the market gets better? If the answer is yes, and you can rent it out for a profit, like at least making $300, $400, $500 a month profit, renting it out until the market comes back, then you probably will be just fine if you can do that. But like I don't know what the real estate market's going to do, because if we really have like 30% unemployment, that could jack up everything, like the housing market, everything, because that just cuts your buyer population by at least 30%. So I don't know, man. Like with 60 to 90 days, that's like in the midst of all this. But I don't know. You could come out like I don't. I can't predict the future right now, so I couldn't tell you. Uh, I couldn't tell you, bro. You know, it's like one of those things. You got to follow your gut. You know, and make an educated decision. You know. All right. So let me catch up. I'm gonna start going from the bottom up. Catch up. You know what I'm saying? Um, Zeno Prez said Bill's character starting from the bottom when you say I'm not going back and hustle, you appreciate what you accomplished. Yeah, like I feel like I built a lot of character from, my humble beginnings, believe me. When I went to school, like I was on reduced lunch because of, the income in my household and the number of kids in my household was considered like poverty level, literally. I didn't grow up feeling like we was in poverty, but technically, according to the government, we were. Um, so when I went to school, I paid 30 cents for lunch. That's it, just because of the financial situation. But both my parents were educated, and they set us up to succeed. Being so, I succeeded. I made sure. But like everything, success is all relative. So right now, material things and wealth. Right now, everybody should be able to see that your health is really your wealth. You know what I'm saying? So being healthy and being able with mental capacity and physical capacity to work and survive is the wealth right now. So everybody should see that, um, and I see it. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried about any material. I'm not worried about any material things. I'm not worried about if we all lose all our money and investments and have to start over from zero. If we all starting over from zero, what do you want? You want your health, your mental capacity, and your physical capacity to start over. And that mental, your knowledge is really going to be what's important so that you can rebuild. But we're all sort of in the same boat with the uncertainties right now. But some of us have built a boat, to kind of survive that storm. And, um, you know, hopefully I'll be one of those people, and I'll try to share with you guys what I'm doing. But right now, like I said, I'm watching the market. I'm watching things, and to me, like I'm trying to take the positive out of the situation, and I'm trying to take if we're gonna have a break from work, I'm probably really gonna still have to keep working because most of my clients are virtual anyway. They're like all over the country and they don't come into my office. So I'll probably still have to work, but I'm gonna like if it's quiet, man, I'm gonna take advantage of it. Just like Christmas break. Like Christmas break, I don't be doing a whole lot of business when everybody's off on Christmas break, but still a little bit of work trickles through, and it's just a quiet time. So if we get a quiet time for 2 weeks or a month or something, I'll take it. I just hope the economy doesn't drop and people really like lose their jobs and businesses get shut down for good. I really just hope they can't let that happen, man. All right, so let me see what y'all want to talk about. Umpire said, "Do I like my Jeep Gladiator? I love the Jeep Gladiator. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I love the Gladiator. I'll do a video, the top 5 things I love about the Jeep Gladiator. I'm gonna do that. Um, uh, Weed Stick said, "How much does it take to start on rental properties in my area?" When I started investing, the cheapest house I think I got was 28,000, something like that. So that's how much it. But you didn't even need. You just had to have good credit, and you could have got that $28,000 condo for 20% of that, which is about 5 G's. So 5 or 6 G's. So um, and then you have to fix it up. So, but now, right now, getting in real estate in my area to buy an investment property, like you got to be in the high 100s to buy a house. So that means you got to have the down payment for that, which can be anywhere from 5% on up to 20%, just depending on who's getting a loan. Um, James Taylor, what's up, bro? So James Taylor is a friend of mine that we used to work together. That first job that I got out of college, where I was making $35,000 a year, James worked there, and he's in the chat right now. I haven't seen James in years, but he knows the story. Like I was there, and I was putting in work. We used to play basketball. James used to get the gym for all of us to go play basketball on the weekends, and yeah, I couldn't make it every time because man, I got obsessed with work, with trying to get ahead. And then I got married and had kids, so it was like I gained weight, as a matter of fact, because I stopped playing basketball and stuff after I got married. I started gaining weight. But I'm back now. So if you want to get the gym, James, let me know. I'll get back in there, do a 360 dunk on somebody. Hey, Rich Sherrill, my realtor's in here. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up so we can maximize this live stream. Hey, Rich, I hope you guys are staying healthy over there, and I hope this doesn't hit our real estate market too hard. Mr. Wall Street One said, "What is your favorite one or two cars that I've ever owned and why?" That is that is a good question, because there's so, like, for me, I like different cars for different reasons. So right now I have my best cars that I've ever had are the Lamborghini Huracan and the Lamborghini Aventador, right? Those are the best cars, hands down. And for what reason? They're the most stunning, most beautiful, most like pieces of art, right? But if you ask me what's the best car that I've like the best driving car, like if I had to drive a car real fast around a track, it would be the GT3. If you ask me what's the most comfortable car I ever had, it would probably be um my Audi S6 that I had. If you ask me what is the best looking car, it's a toss up between the Huracan and the Aventador. If you ask me the fastest car I've ever had, the Huracan Supercharged. If you ask me the car that got the most attention, the showstopper, the Aventador. You know what I'm saying? So different reasons. But if I had to have like one car in a apocalypse crisis and only one car, it would be the Jeep Gladiator, because that Jeep gives me confidence. And it's like an all-terrain vehicle, and you can run through a forest in that thing. So, I like cars for different reasons. That's why I have so many. Um, other than me having something wrong with me. Uh, so let's see. I'm reading some of these comments. Ali94 said being poor is a curse, but also a blessing. Yeah, that's why, like, it's a little bit challenging for me, because I got kids, and they didn't grow up poor like I did, but I don't give them everything. So it's a weird dynamic. So I don't give my kids, like, automatically just give them stuff. But they have a lot more than I had growing up. and I noticed that my kids are different than me, you know, in the way they look at things. So I think, you know, like my parents didn't have the option to give me anything. Like I could tell my kids, if you work hard in school, I'll get you a car, right? You know, if you do well in school or you do these different little projects, I'll buy you a car, and then you'll be straight. Whereas when I was younger, if I wanted a car, my parents couldn't do that for me. Like the one of the biggest things I remember when I was a kid, I was in fourth grade, and there was these toys. They were called He-Man toys, right? I don't know if you guys remember that in the like early '80s. They were called He-Man, and I wanted some of them. They're like muscle figure toys, you know, action figures and stuff. And I wanted some of those things. Now each of them costed like $8 for one of them, and they had this little comic book in them and everything. And I wanted them so bad. Um, One of the biggest things I remember from my childhood is when I was doing bad in school because I didn't have any incentives. And my mom, you know, I'd be asking for these toys and stuff. They couldn't really afford to give me the toys. But my mom was like, okay, if you start doing better in school, then I'll buy you some He-Man toys. And I was like, word? So, you know, I totally turned around my schoolwork in fourth grade, and my mom made the sacrifice and bought me probably $35 worth of toys. And it was one of the biggest things in my childhood that I remember is my mom doing that. And and you know, it was a big deal to have that incentive to, you know, but like kids these days are different, you know, because I think they don't have they have a lot more than I remember having when I was growing up. We didn't have like we didn't have that was like one of the highlights of my life, you know, get $35 worth of He-Man toys. And I didn't get anything else after that, you know, until Christmas. Like when I was a kid, you get stuff on Christmas and your birthday. In between that, you get food and water and milk and cereal and stuff like that. And you get your big brother's clothes to wear. That's pretty much it. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about? Dr. Peters, what's up, brother? What's good, Dr. Peters? Know what I'm talking about? That's my dude from DC, Baltimore, Maryland. Uh, Rich, I'm glad you and your wife are doing well, man. Keep that health and that wealth. Health is the new wealth for sure. Ronan said, "When will I get the first Ferrari? I will get the first Ferrari after this crisis is over, and we have some you know, a little bit of, we know what the job market's looking like, and the economy gets to rolling. Then we'll grab a Ferrari." Um, um, Jeep Man LS1 said, "When am I doing more videos with Tori?" Probably she's gonna be real busy because she's a healthcare worker. So, you know, I can't guarantee you the next what exact date, but we'll be making some more videos. Um, let's see. What's the best way to find cash buyers if you're a wholesaler? I'm not a wholesaler, so I can't tell you the best way to find them, but I would say prospecting people where you can find people that have expendable cash. You can prospect for them on different networks. All right, let's see. Um, FM to sleep. Oh, snap. E to sleep. Are you ever going to build a car with your own hands? Probably not. I don't have the patience. When I have patience with computers, but when I'm doing stuff with my hands, if it doesn't go right or I start busting my knuckles on stuff, I get real mad and real angry. And I don't have the desire to like be more patient with my hands and doing stuff. Like I do stuff with my hands. Like I fix my own cars before. I fix computers before. But the way I'm more geared to fix and solve like computer problems and software problems with my brain. Whereas other people get upset and get frustrated and impatient solving problems on a computer. I don't get like that. I get it's nothing for me. I just calmly figure stuff out on a computer. But if I'm sitting there reaching up under a engine somewhere to loosen up a oil filter, and I'm busting my knuckles up, and it's not coming off, and it's too tight, I get too mad. Like I can't, I don't have the patience for that stuff. So where I have to, when I do it when I have to. But for fun, building a car with my own hands is not gonna happen. It's not. I don't consider it fun. I consider it like something for somebody else who likes to do that kind of thing. Um, Conte Mohammed said, "I'm 20 years old, trying to get in a overhead lineman apprenticeship with the local electricity utility in Detroit. It's just me and my mom. We're straight poor. Any tips on making it out the hood? Any tips on making it out the hood? The number one thing for making it out the hood is continue to better yourself in two areas. One, better yourself and make an effort to be able to communicate well. Communicate in written format, like being able to write email and write written format, basically to be able to read and write, and also to be able to talk to people um, in their dialect. So like I'm from the hood, right? So if I'm out on the street somewhere and somebody's talking to me street, then I can talk street so we're comfortable, right? And they know that I'm from where they're from, right? But if I go into a business and with a bank, for example, and I need to get a loan or I need to talk to a banker about something that I'm trying to accomplish, and um, they're going to be judging me or making a decision based on their impression of me, then I have to be able to talk and communicate well with them at the bank or communicate well with anybody that can give me an opportunity. So getting out of the hood, being able to communicate and making an effort to try to speak and talk correctly, right? Then you have to have your mind frame. There's a mind frame to stay in the hood, and there's a mind frame to get out of the hood or not be poor. There's a mind frame to stay poor and a mind frame to not stay poor. And one thing about the mind frame to not stay poor, like when I was poor and I like for example, when my dad made me take my car back, right? I saved up 500 bucks, I bought the car. He was like, "Nope, you're gonna spend that money on something else. It ain't gonna be a car." So in my mind frame was one day I'm gonna be able to buy whatever car I want by any means necessary legally. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't thinking about becoming a drug dealer or being something that's gonna put me in jail because I'm definitely not trying to be in jail. So, but I thought to myself, the mind frame was I'm going to find a path to not be poor so that I don't have to be subjected to this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm being poor. So you got to have your mind frame that you're not going to stay poor. And if that means you got to educate yourself, that means you have to learn, you got to be reading up on things, you got to be preparing for things, you have to learn how to talk properly and respect people and carry yourself like the people that do have money. That's the mind frame you have to have, man. So the tips of making it out the hood, man, is having the mind frame to be successful, to be humble, that you can humble enough to learn from other people, humble enough to do the hard work that a lot of people want to skip over. Like a lot of people are like, "Will, how can I become like a millionaire or how can I get millions of dollars and buy this car?" Right? I'm like, "Look, man, uh you have to be willing to accept that it might take a while and it might take a whole lot of hard work. So the path that it took for me to get where I am to be able to afford some of the things that I have to be able to do some of the things that I do, it took a lot of sacrifices of time instead of me kicking it and partying and any like that kind of thing being a priority. I sacrificed that and I was learning, I was reading things, I was buying books, I was buying like audio podcasts to learn how different people think. And so to make myself think like that, and it took a long time. So like it wasn't like an overnight. Like when I started my business to get where I am today, I was working on my business since 1999. I didn't make money with my business from 1999 until 2002. So it took me 3 years to make money. but I was working on it every single day over those 3 years, every single day over those 3 years. Then I finally made a little bit of money in 2002. 2003, I made a little bit more. 2004, I made a little bit more, and I quit my job. And I was like, I'm gonna do this now. And I know it's gonna be risky and it's gonna be hard work, but my mind frame was, I'm about to get it. Like I'm about to make it happen, whatever I have to do. So getting out the hood, man, requires that kind of a mind frame. You can't let anybody, you yourself and nobody else can make you, can you can't allow yourself or allow anybody else to make you think negatively about what's not possible. You have to fortify yourself to say, I see what's possible because other people are making things happen, and all I have to do is do like they do, and then I can make it happen for myself, and my family. So that's my tip, man, is to have the right mentality to be successful, and to be humble enough to learn, and be patient enough to keep taking your steps, and don't expect overnight success, man. Just get closer and closer. So if you want the apprenticeship with the local electric utility, man, find out what all of I don't know what the exact steps are myself, right? You go find out what all the steps are. Find out the type of people that get selected by any means. Find out how they get selected, and you yourself work on becoming the best candidate for that program. However you have to do it. And being poor, bro, in the United States, people that are poor are people that have a poor mentality. Once you become an adult, because if I was really like, let's say for example, I lost everything and I didn't have the knowledge that I have, and I didn't have the experience and the education that I have. If I had to start over, bro, I'm still not gonna. My work ethic won't allow me to be poor, because I'm gonna just get 2 or 3 jobs. I'm gonna be working like every day. I'm gonna be working on the weekends. I'm gonna be working the 9 to 5, and then I'm gonna come home, take a break, and then I'm gonna be working some more, and I'm getting, what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be working all the time, and which is pretty much what I do now. It's just that I get paid more than if I was, starting over with different skill sets and stuff. But you can find, to not be poor, man, to tool up and get to work, and um be humble enough to do whatever type of job you need to do to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? So that's my tips. All right, where we at? Um, um, Retarder sauce said, "Yo, what's up, Mike G?" Oh, my bad. I had to shout out Mike G. Mike G was my next door neighbor growing up. It's my family, and he just jumped in the chat, so he knows everything I'm talking about. Mike G was living next door to me when my dad made me take back my gold Trans Am. I don't know if you got to see it, Mike G, but I had it for such a short period of time. But I know you know that story when my dad made me take that car back. Um, DJ Yo, hey, I appreciate the super chat, DJ Yo. He Man, yeah, He Man, that was my jump. Uh, all right, all right, I'm catching up on these messages. I'm about to go from the bottom up. Rich Cheryl said, maybe we can set up a chat soon about Tarzan theory, my personal path to being prepared for anything. I like that idea, Rich. We can do the Tarzan theory. We're gonna have to do it virtual, so I don't give you any corona germs. Because as much as I travel, like I'm one of those people that could potentially have the coronavirus but never get any symptoms. Because I get like me, I don't get like I've only been really sick as an adult. I've only been really, really sick once or twice since I was probably 21 years old. And the one time I was really, really sick, they had prescribed me medicine to kill anthrax. It was so bad because I ate some street food in the Dominican Republic, and then I got real sick, and it wasn't going away. The only other time I've been sick as an adult, I haven't had the flu since I was a toddler, like a little, probably below 10 years old. I haven't had the flu since then. I haven't had like anything really. So, but I probably get the germs, and I probably had the germs, but I have my little home remedies and stuff, so I probably really don't get sick. So I don't want to, I don't want. We gotta have to do some virtual stuff because I don't want to get nobody sick because I'm carrying something and I don't have any symptoms. So there. Yeah, man, we good. We good. Everybody, I want everybody to stay positive and prepare to take advantage of any opportunities that arise from this situation with this corona stuff that's going on. Um, I like No Fun Noah. I like what he said. He said how to make it out the hood, mindset, discipline, believe and do not quit. That's 100%. I love that. That's all right. Mindset, discipline, believe and do not quit. That's 100% right. Positive role models, 100%. Stay away from bad influences, 100%. Keep good relationships, 100%. Communication skills, go to work. That's it, bro. That's it. That is that is some of the best advice you can get. So if you guys are trying to get out the hood and you're young or whatever, copy and paste what No Fun Noah posted because all of that stuff is super on point. All right, where we at? Um, let's see. Mark Hanna said, "When I come to Canada, will I do a subscriber meetup?" Yes, I will. After we get over this Corona stuff. Um, Jay Wade said I should add a wing to the Lambo. I appreciate the love on a Venador. As far as a wing, I might do it, but the Venador is a little tricky because it has a wing and it goes up and down like automatically. So it's a little tricky throwing a wing on there. Somehow you got to disable that. I'm sure there's ways to do it because I've seen plenty of Venadors with wings. So I got to look into that. But first things first with the Aventador, we gotta spit fire. So we got to get an exhaust on it. Um, T Fryer said, "Wife and I are thinking about purchasing a house and renting out the rooms. Think it's a good investment to do that. It can be, depending on the market. Just got to do the numbers, and that'll tell you if it's a good investment. But right now, like you know, I'm me personally, I am watching from the sidelines to see the dust settle a little bit and know what I'm working with. Right now, we're like kind of like I think we're on the decline, so we're falling. So I want things to hit the floor before I can get a lay of the land and make a decision on what I'm going to get into. So I can't tell you to go do something when I'm not even doing it. Um, yeah, Mike Jeezy, G Range TV said he remembered that. I don't play. Yeah, my dad was militant. My dad was in the military, and he would put hands on us if he needed to. And I was the kid that wasn't trying to deal with that. I ain't need no more whoopings. I had enough when I was little. I was getting bigger. They would get more rough and rough. I was like, nah, whatever you say. I'm gonna just get up out of here when the time comes. But my parents was good. My parents was great actually. Um, let's see. Yeah, there's different strands of the coronavirus. It's a common code in the encyclopedia. What's going on with the Mustang, Dr. Peters? Yeah, the Mustang it's at the office right now, man. I'm waiting for this weather to get better because the Mustang is a drift machine. If I bring it out in this cold weather, I'll be flying around corners like the Fast and the Furious. But my plans for the Mustang, it drives so good. Man, here's the problem with the Mustang. I have a Mustang GT for some of you guys who haven't seen it. It's a 2016 Mustang GT. It's loaded, right? It has all the options and everything. But the problem is that car drives so good in stock form that I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up because I had one before. I had a 2015 and I supercharged it. And after I supercharged it, I messed it up. It didn't drive good. It drove terrible. So I'm afraid to modify the Mustang GT. I wanna but I am gonna do some stuff. Like I wanna bag it. Um I potentially wanna give it some more power so that I can beat a GT 500. I already put an exhaust on it. Um maybe I'll wrap it, you know what I'm saying? Like a nice shade of blue or something. So uh the jury is still out on everything that we're going to do to it. But that car, man, it just drives so good and like operates so well. It's pretty comfortable too. Um, Robert King. Hey, the best way to talk about that, Robert, is to email me at get@willmotivation.com. All right. Um, but wow, Demetrius Gianellis said I'm watching all the way from Greece, Athens, Greece. He said, "Did I see my friend's new C63 AMG Autovlog got a new C63?" Yes, I saw it in video, but I haven't seen it in person. But I like that move for Autovlog, the channel. He likes the Mercedes, so his passion, you can kind of see his passion for the cars and everything. So yeah, I did see that. And welcome, Demetrius. How are things in Athens, Greece, with this whole virus situation? What's going on over there? Oh, let me give you guys like let me give you guys. Can I turn my music back on? Can I turn my music back on? Is it too loud? I want to tell y'all tomorrow in Ohio. If I need to turn the music off, y'all tell me to turn it off. But right now in Ohio, we are under tomorrow night. They are starting a what do they call it? A state shutdown. What do they call it? What's the exact wording? Let me find the exact wording of this thing. But basically, it's like the shutdown thing, right? All right, here it is. Stay-at-home order and restrictions for the state of Ohio. And I actually looked it all over. And it starts tomorrow night. And everybody was starting to panic, like we got quarantined and everything. But in the reality, it's not really a quarantine. So my music is too loud. So look, here's what it is. Don't panic. It's not that bad. Basically, what it is they don't want people going out of the house just out socializing for no good reason. So there's a long list of businesses that if you work for one of these kind of businesses or you own one of these kind of businesses, you can keep working and you can keep running your business. It's a long list of them. The grocery stores will stay open. Your corner stores that sell the medicine, like your Walgreens and CVS's, they can stay open, and you can still go to the store and get what you need to get and go home. What they really don't want, though, what the main restrictions are, is like bars and restaurants where people sit down and socialize and come into close contact. That's not happening. But the restaurants are open for pickup and carry out. Um, you're supposed to stay 6 feet away from people. Um, but it's not as bad as what people were making it out to be. It's not that bad. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like you can still go get your groceries. Now, it's going to be bad if a lot of businesses shut down and then they can't come back, or we're shut down for so long that we're hurting for a long time. But like there's places like Florida when a hurricane is coming and they got to shut down businesses because of a hurricane. It could shut down for a certain amount of time and everything returns back to normal. Well, hopefully that's what it's going to be with this, but obviously it's going to be for a longer period of time. So this is kind of unprecedented. But I looked over this whole thing. Like my business is considered a media business. So technically I can stay open. But I sent all my employees, they can work from home anyway. So like I was just talking to my assistant. She was all worried that she wasn't going to be able to work. I was just like, go pick up the mail and stuff from the office once a day. And then you can work from home. And I got another guy. He might be the only person that's in the office. So he's cool. He can go to the office and he can work from the office, but he'll probably be the only one there. Everybody else is just working from home. So It's not really that bad. You can still go and make your runs and stuff. You're just not supposed to be going out socializing and shopping for frivolous things like shoes and, well, it might not be frivolous, but you know what I mean, like fashion and stuff like that. And it's for like 2 weeks. Our shutdown is going to be Monday night, the 23rd, to April 6th, which is 2 weeks. So hopefully after 2 weeks, the coronavirus slows down everywhere and everybody can go back to work. And maybe they'll have some medicine that can treat it and kill it, when it shows up. That's like what they're hoping. So there's like three areas: social distancing, which is, all this shutdown stuff and staying 6 feet away from people. There's that. There's finding medicine that could be repurposed to treat coronavirus. So they're working on that as fast as possible. And then the third thing will be a vaccination, but the vaccination can take a long time. So, but that's what's going on with everything with that. Yo, D Mazy, what's good, bro? Home Depot and Lowe's, those stores should stay open. Um, Jay Wade said, "What happened to Cappy?" Cappy's in Brazil, man. She just lives so far away. Um, it's not really convenient for us to be like having her on YouTube all the time, and we're not like boyfriend and girlfriend or anything like that. So, she's doing her life, but she's fine as far as the last time I talked to her. But Cappy's still good peeps. Who knows? She might make another appearance on the channel. And I'm gonna keep producing videos during all of this this stuff that's going on. I might be able to produce more videos if things keep slowing down. Um, hey, Mike Spam Guy, what's good, bro? Um, let's see. So Timothy Page said, "Hey Will, I'm looking at the Dodge Challenger SRT8 and the Ford Mustang GT. Can you give me the pros and cons on both? Dodge Challenger SRT8 versus a Ford Mustang GT. The Dodge Challenger will be a little bit more roomy inside. It's a lot heavier. It'll probably feel more powerful than the Mustang GT. The Mustang GT is probably more comfortable, the seats and stuff. The Ford Mustang GT is a little bit more tossable. It's a little bit more lightweight, a little bit easier to drive fast and maneuverable. But if I had to like choose one to say which one's better, the SRT8 is probably a little better than the Mustang GT as far as power and just I think more like they were the same price, the SRT8 would be the better value, I think. But the Ford Mustang GT is probably higher quality, um, and it's just lighter. And if you like the styling better, but I think the SRT8 is the more powerful, probably a little bit more fun to drive, maybe. So there you go. No, there shouldn't be. Hopefully, there's no repeat. Um, hey, Tony, where are you? You say close down for 30 days. Where are you? Uh, yeah, I would be worried if I was in Brazil. I need to check in with Cappy, as a matter of fact. Uh, what else is cracking? Tony said we will have plenty of time to detail the Huracan and Corvette. That's what's up. Hey, I'm about to go play some video games and chill out for a minute. So you guys, I just wanted to get on here. My plan was to DJ for you guys, but everybody keeps telling me to turn the music off. So maybe we'll DJ another night, and I'm gonna keep putting out the videos, and you guys hopefully drop me the comments on the videos. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I appreciate you guys tuning in to my channel, and yeah, it was cool hanging out. So, but yeah, I'm about to shut this live stream down here in a minute. School is closed for 6 weeks in Washington. Yo, school is closed, I think, till the end of the year in Ohio. For real. Justin P said it's now a good time to buy a new car. I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I know I think car dealerships can stay open. I think they're considered somewhat essential. The way I read this report. Um, no fun. Noah said, "Don't DJ." Man, I'm telling you, I was trying to get my DJ on. All right, man. I'll see y'all in a minute. I'm gonna work on this video from me and my daughter rolling to Florida, and it should be a really interesting video, and it should be fun to watch considering everybody's probably at home on this quarantine stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video so I can release it tomorrow. And hope you guys enjoy it. Appreciate you guys jumping in on the live stream. Appreciate you guys watching the videos, staying tuned to the channel, and look forward to talking in the next live stream, which should be pretty soon. All right, man. Love y'all. We out.